Do really quickly a artist appreciation because honestly I've been wanting to do one, but also at the very same time I've been seeing a lot of different artists and trying to see who is unique, who does the unique stuff I'm looking for, and what is the different art style that is brought to the table that's actually worth talking about, because there's plenty of artists that do good work, right? A lot of it be amazing, but I'm looking for unique stuff that I'm kind of like whoa or like interesting about for a lot of time, and that's why I don't cover like every single artist in every single way, right? But for this one's pretty damn good considering the fact that I don't cover like a lot of animators either. I feel like doing this one is actually pretty justified of just giving them a whole video. So today's artist appreciation is gonna go straight up to Amplected. Now I'm not necessarily gonna lie, I don't know if I said that name right or not, but I'm just gonna hope I did. But when it comes down to this artist in particular, I've seen plenty of 3D work that is out there. There is plenty of 3D work that is just absolutely amazing and their own videos need to be done, but this is one of those people where just like, because of how it's done and how the art looks, it feels like it's not real. It feels like someone took 2D, somehow gave it 3D skin, and just knew how to cook with that. I don't know how they did it, but that's what it feels like looking at any of these animations. To me, it's like when you look at Dragon Ball FighterZ for the first time, and then you kind of see how good the game looks and how it kind of stands out with its own style and stuff. And that's what it feels like. I can't show you all of animations, and honestly doing people that is animators on here is hard because obviously I can't show you every bit of the detail, but still nonetheless you kind of understand that yeah, this looks more different than your average animator that usually do a 3D model or just do 2D stuff in general. Even the fact of drawing boobs look good, because I have never seen some nipples that look like they actually look like a whole dinner plate yet still look appealing as all hell too, right? They're not maybe that big, but they look pronounced and look like, yeah, it's something that you should also focus on as well. And then some of this stuff, again, as I say, it doesn't even look 3D. It looked like 2D and someone just put the skin over it. And that's what it really feels like, right? Unless this person somehow draws 2D and then just, you know, try to make it look 3D, which, if that is the case, extremely impressive. But that, I don't know, that I would like to honestly get to speak with this person, because they have just, in my mind, blew it when it comes down to how it's all done and how it all just looks. Because I don't see stuff like this often when it comes to art, and we just don't get more stuff like this just in general, honestly. And one cool thing about the style that I do like is that it is super bright and super shiny, right? It looked like they're just having a glorified brightness setting that you just put up to 11, and it just absolutely, it's not like blind or anything like that, but it's just like you can tell there's a lot more brightness here than there is shadows or shading at all when it comes down to it. What I'm basically trying to get at is that even when they use dark colors, it still comes off very bright and very light. And honestly, again, you don't see a lot of people, well, even if you do, you see a lot of people use it wrong, but then you see this person, they use it right, which is pretty damn good. You know what his art style reminds me of? And I don't like comparing artists together, but I feel like it's necessary for this one. This art style reminds me of Scudbutt, which we never talked about on this channel, by the way.
It doesn't look much different from normal dicks.
Really? Get hard.
But when it comes down to it, the reason why I say it reminds me of that is because of how the movement of the characters are kinda is, you know? Not necessarily in terms of like art style, both are super unique, and hell, even when it comes to motion in the frames per second, Scudbutt is like, you know, a little bit more slower, and that's kind of, you know, done deliberately. But when it comes down to it, it just feels the same in some regards. And I don't know what it is too, it feels like this style just feels incredibly soft. Is that the right term? It's like very soft to also kind of look at and kind of just see. You kind of feel like everything kind of just squishes around, and it's very soft, and it's very like, you know, movable. It's almost like freaking jello when it comes down to it. It moves like jello. It's very jiggly and squat and kind of soft when it comes down to it, though. That's really what I see when it comes down to a lot of this work. Obviously, my favorite animation out of what they've done of all of these is very easily going to be the Ramlethal one, because one, I'm a sucker for Ramlethal. Even though I don't care too much about Guilty Gear, I care for her, and that's really how that kind of goes for me. And just in general, just again looking at all this stuff, it's just like, how the hell is movement like this possible? Like, this is the type of unique stuff I like to see when it comes to artists, really pushing, like, you know, how they draw things or how they go about certain things and stuff like that. I don't know if this is just some type of, you know, cell shading, special cell shading or something that's on the models itself or whatever, but it looks mad good, and it will continue to look mad good. Hopefully we'll get, you know, more arts and more animations coming through as time goes on, because there ain't no damn way that this shit should be overlooked. And I feel like even though, you know, they are very much a big person and a huge following they have, still nonetheless I feel like it's something that should be talked about, because hot damn. But yeah, definitely go follow Amplected, because yeah, this is just some peak ass shit. I'm not gonna necessarily lie. It's good to see, again, artists kind of just doing their own thing, being very unique, and just knowing how to groove and just how to make their own things their own, and it just cooks. They absolutely just cook. And that's really all I want to say for this one, so hopefully you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification on your way out. Also follow me on socials, and if you'd like to donate to the channel, Kofi and Cash App is available as well. And until then, it's your boy Jay, sign off. Have a blessed day.